Thank you. Thank you. Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Professor Kithure Kindiki, our Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Tourism, Honorable Rebecca Miano, the dignitaries who have come from around the world, African ministers, delegations from countries, PSs, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good mornings. Good mornings. It gives me great pleasure, Your Excellency, to welcome you here this morning to the 15th edition of the Magical Kenya Travel Expo. This Expo, Your Excellency, has brought together over 400 exhibitors, more than 200 international hosted buyers from over 20 countries around the world, and we have special delegations from over 40 countries that are here today. Your Excellency, this year's edition is very special for our country because we are hosting the African Tourism Investment Forum to bridge the investment gap between hospitality and its potential. Your Excellency, if you look at the international arrivals into Africa, we have about 10%, African market share is about 10% of international arrivals, but we attract a meager less than 4% of investment flows into Africa. So to bridge that gap, Your Excellency, through the leadership of our Cabinet Secretary, we are now hosting ATIF to be able to deliberate, and we have delegations from around the world, and Africa in particular, who shall be addressing this issue side by side with this forum. Your Excellency, in the march towards our 5.5 million arrivals, the matchmaking platform for this platform that brings together the buyers and sellers has already pre-scheduled over 10,000 meetings. This, we believe, will give us good thrust as we move forward. Your Excellency, I don't want to go far. I would now like to take this opportunity to welcome my PS, Honorable John Ololtua, to come and give his remarks and take this forward. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Excellency Professor Kithure Kindiki, our Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Rebecca Miano, the Minister of Wildlife Conservation and Tourism, South Sudan, Honorable Rishik Zakaria, and all other ministers who are listening online, the PS Wildlife, Sylvia Museya, together with the PS Devolution, Michael and Salon, Excellencies, Ambassadors, and High Commissioners present, tourism boards from across the region, all members of industry, delegations from across the board, board chairs, CEOs, and captains of industry, and all distinguished delegates. Let me also take this opportunity to say, Karibuni Kenya. You're most welcome to Kenya, Your Excellency. We are indeed very happy that the Magical Kenya Travel Expo, we are hosting it for the 15th time. Your Excellency, with your permission, I just want to take this opportunity to quickly introduce, just by standing, so that you acknowledge, His Excellency can acknowledge your presence, all the chairpersons of boards and CEOs who are present, wherever you are, just stand and wave. All the CEOs, chairpersons of boards, and so on. Thank you. A round of applause for them. Thank you very much. We also have, I want to, with your permission, Your Excellency, to introduce the two principal secretaries who are with me here. We have Madam Sylvia Museya, who is the PS for Wildlife, and we collaborate together, Your Excellency, in ensuring that we drive the tourism sector with the guidance of the Minister. Thank you, PS. We also have PS Michael Lenasalon, the PS Devolution, who also works very closely with us here. Your Excellency, with your permission, I would like to take this opportunity to invite Emily Mburu Nduria, who is the Director Trade in Service Investment, African Continental Trade Area. Your Excellency, with your permission, she will be making a few remarks before I come back and invite the Minister. You're most welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good morning. I speak on behalf of His Excellency Wamkele Mene, the Secretary General of the AFCFTA Secretariat, who unfortunately could not be able to be with us today. Now, I'll speak on his behalf, so I'll just read his speech. Your Excellency, Professor Kithure Kindiki, the Vice President of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Rebecca Miano, Cabinet Secretary for Tourism and Wildlife, Honorable Representative of Honorable Lee Kinyanjui, Cabinet Secretary for Investments, Trade and Industry, Honorable Ministers are present, Honorable PSs present, distinguished policymakers, esteemed captains of industry, development partners, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to join you at this magical Kenya Travel Forum and also the Africa Tourism Investment Forum. Today is not only about celebrating Africa's tourism potential, but also about turning the African Continental Free Trade Area into concrete investment, jobs, and prosperity. And I commend the government of Kenya and the Kenya Tourism Board for convening the Africa Investment Forum and for their leadership in placing tourism at the center of Africa's integration. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, tourism is one of Africa's most dynamic sectors, which drives GDP growth and job creation. Each visitor contributes significantly to a country's domestic economy, which then benefits the contribution to the local economy, which cascades to the smallholder farmers and other participants in the domestic economy. Tourism should therefore be central to our continental economic integration objective with the protocol on trade in services that has already been adopted under the AFCFTA, setting Africa on a path to a single tourism market. Through the AFCFTA, we therefore must make progress towards enhancing market access in the tourism services sector, and this means the removal of discriminatory barriers and the ease of movement of persons. Just to mention that trading under the AFCFTA has already started, and that we have a number of countries, about 25 countries, that have made commitments under the AFCFTA to liberalize their sector, and one of the particular sectors is the tourism and transport sectors. This means that they have committed to the elimination of restrictions and other forms of barriers in the tourism sector. This is therefore a pivotal step to unlock the tourism sector's contribution to exports, job creation, and the overall GDP growth. Together, these measures take us a step closer to what we are hoping to be the single African tourism market, where service providers operate across borders, services flows more freely, the African destinations compete globally and as one connected market. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, through ATIF, we send a clear message. Africa is ready to turn Africa's economic integration into investment opportunities and competitiveness. In closing, therefore, we invite you to the AFCFTA Forum and Festival on the tourism, creative, and cultural industries, which has been dubbed Creatives Connect Africa. It will be held in Accra from the 24th to the 26th of November 2025. Asanteni sana and Akwaba. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emily. Your Excellency, with your permission, let me make one remark and then invite the Cabinet Secretary. First and foremost, let me take this opportunity to welcome all the guests who have, including the exhibitors, the trade exhibitors, and all the buyers, and everybody else who have been able to gather here. We welcome you to Kenya, and we're indeed very happy. Secondly, Your Excellency, this is a very important event that we have been doing every year, and it brings on board people from different regions, and this year, as has been mentioned, has been very unique because of the Tourism Investment Forum, which is co-hosting together with MKTE. And therefore, we are indeed very happy that this has happened. With those few remarks, I want to take this opportunity, therefore, to welcome the Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Rebecca Miano, to come in front. A round of applause as she comes, be able to come and address you. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Professor Kithure Kindiki, and all our distinguished guests, welcome to Magical Kenya Travel Expo 2025. MKT 2025 this year is bigger, is bolder, it is noticeable. Your Excellency, in our midst today, I will present to you again Honorable Rizik Zakaria Hassan, who has traveled all the way from South Sudan. He is my counterpart. We also have the Lord Mayor of Zanzibar, Musa, who is here with us. We have Mrs. Winpeg Moyo, Ambassador of the Republic of Zimbabwe. We also have the Ambassador from Uganda. We have Emily, who has just spoken from the AFCFTA. We have Rex Omar, Blackstar Experience Secretariat, Office of the President of Ghana. We have HE Ambassador Farid from Algeria. We have Kwake Donko, CEO Africa Tourism Partners. Paul Kokuza, the Chair Uganda Tourism Board. Juliana Kagwa, CEO Uganda Tourism Board. Many participants, including our own captains of industry, and we continue to extend a warm welcome. Your Excellency, under the visionary leadership of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, deputized by yourself, under that visionary leadership, the tourism sector in Kenya is undergoing an undeniable upward trajectory. We have seen an increase in numbers, an increase in earnings and employment. We have seen a robust partnership with the private sector, with the counties, and all the players. And I want to assure you, Your Excellency, that we are in a good state. Continue supporting us, and going forward, everything will be okay. As I finish, we are focusing on 3 priorities in the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife. First one is attracting investments in tourism and even in the conservation space. That is one of our priorities. The second one is renewed and more bold marketing to showcase our country. Thirdly, capacity building in both tourism and wildlife conservation. And we believe that when we concentrate on those three priorities, we shall be able to meet the target that you have placed before us of attracting 5.5 million visitors annually from the year 2027-2025, increasing our earnings to 1 trillion Kenya shillings, increasing employments, and increasing our domestic tourism to 10 million bed nights. Your Excellency, as I welcome you, I want to just express our gratitude that you found time to be here, which underscores the importance that the government places in the sector of tourism and wildlife. With those few remarks, I request that we be upstanding to welcome our chief guest, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Professor Kithure Kindiki, and a hand clap is always welcome. Karibu sana, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. I request that we get seated. Thank you, Rebecca, our Minister for Tourism and Wildlife, and the great team from the ministry, the PSs, the CEOs, and everybody else. I am pleased to be here at Uhuru Gardens, a site infused with history, at the opening of the 2025 Magical Kenya Travel Expo. I welcome all of you, guests and stakeholders alike. Your presence here confirms that Kenya is a trusted and dynamic player in the global tourism space. Tourism is a critical anchor of Kenya's economy and a pillar of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda that we are pursuing in this country. In 2024, Kenya welcomed close to 2.4 million visitors, marking more than 15% increase from 2023. Revenue from tourism increased by 20% to 452 billion Kenya shillings, an equivalent of $3.5 billion US dollars, with domestic tourism showing significant growth potential. The World Travel and Tourism Council has revealed that Kenya's tourism sector is set to contribute a record 1.2 trillion Kenya shillings, an equivalent of $9.3 billion US dollars to the economy in 2025, equivalent to more than 7% of our national gross domestic product. The tourism sector is also expected to support 1.7 million jobs, which is over 8% of the total national employment. These figures translate into jobs for our youth, markets for our farmers, and sustained customers for our micro, small, and medium enterprises. The unique multiplier effect of tourism cannot be overstated. Every visitor who chooses Kenya supports our agricultural sector through the food they enjoy. They support our transport sector by the air, road, and rail travel. They support our local cottage industries through the crafts they purchase. They support the hospitality sector through the hotels, conferences, and entertainment facilities they patronize. This is why Within our national agenda, we have positioned tourism as a fundamental business enabler and a platform that stimulates investments while giving foreign exchange and uplifting countless auxiliary industries. Our commitment to enabling tourism to prosper is underscored by the government's transformative strides in improving our infrastructure. The upcoming Nairobi-Nakuru-Mau Summit Highway, for instance, will dramatically ease travel from here, Nairobi, into Western Kenya. It will also provide seamless access to iconic sites like the Lake Nakuru National Park and the scenic tea estates in the highlands of Kericho. At the coast, the landmark Mteza Bridge and the Dongo Kundu bypass have already revolutionized access to the south coast of Kenya. The Lamu Port development, the standard gauge railway expansion, the broadband, internet, and energy connectivity projects are all designed to create an enabling environment for tourism. In aviation, Kenya is opening up its skies. Direct flights from global hubs such as New York and London, including the newly launched Gatwick route by our national carrier Kenya Airways, now ensures that visitors can reach our shores within unparalleled ease. Visa-free access and upgraded hotel standards continue to augment these efforts. Kenya is enhancing its position as an East African hub. We must, however, do more to operationalize the bilateral air service agreements that remain latent, especially with our target constituent jurisdictions across the African continent. We are witnessing the exciting rise in cruise tourism. The reception of the Norwegian Dawn in Mombasa earlier this year signaled our readiness to capture a tourism potential of immense proportions. The subsequent berthing of numerous liners at the modern Mombasa cruise terminal has reinforced this growth by bringing direct economic benefits to a wide array of local entrepreneurs. Ladies and gentlemen, despite the positive picture, our numbers could do better. We remain head above shoulders when ranked against our East African brothers, but struggle when compared to destinations in North and South Africa. Indeed, Tanzania and Uganda numbers are rapidly rising at 2.1 million and 1.37 million visitors respectively in 2024, the same period of review. This, of course, pales in comparison to the global giants in Asia and Europe, raking in numbers in the double digits. With Africa emerging as one of the strongest performing regions in global tourism recovery for the year 2025, we must do more to tap into this growth and drive performance. Kenya's traditional offerings of wildlife safaris, cultural heritage, and coastal retreats must indeed continue to draw international visitors, but they must be complemented by new and innovative products. I commend the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife in its recent efforts to drive the Astro-Tourism initiative that takes advantage of Africa's equatorial positioning. Desert safaris in areas such as Chalbi are also emerging as significant tourism opportunities to rival the Middle East and Asian markets. The same can be said of the mobilization of Kenya's reputation as a technology innovation powerhouse and the continent's Silicon Savannah, positioned to drive tech-driven tourism solutions targeting young technology entrepreneurs as principal actors. We must develop new tourist products and exploit untapped potential in non-traditional attractions and regions to spur the sector's growth. We must capitalize on the opportunities that intra-Africa tourism can provide within the context of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. For this to happen, the tourism sector must become a critical interlocutor in the transport, logistics, trade and investments, land and environment, MSMEs, labor and social protection sectors, driving the policy focus towards synergized outcomes. We must also deliberate on how to market Kenya and the nuances that characterize the Kenyan experience. Over and above the Kenya of the Big Five, there is the Kenya of M-Pesa and mobile money, the Kenya of Twitter, now X, the Kenya of Eliud Kipchoge, and the Kenya of Wangari Maathai, the Kenya of innovation and leadership, the Kenya that hosts the United Nations, the biggest United Nations facility in the global south is situated in this city. We must market that Kenya. Kenya's identity is one of profound diversity. We are the cradle of humankind, with Turkana and Rift Valley hosting sites of unparalleled archaeological significance. We are also home to over 40 vibrant communities, each with unique traditions, cuisines, and art. By diversifying our offerings into culture, sports, faith, and heritage tourism, we shall continue to ensure that Kenya holds a compelling appeal for every visitor, from the thrill seeker to the pilgrim. Underlying our efforts must be an unwavering commitment to sustainability. We must remain determined to protect the very treasures that attract the world to our shores, including our wildlife, landscapes, and rich culture. Our 15 billion tree planting national initiative is fighting climate change while enhancing ecotourism. Through the Kenya Wildlife and the Kenya Forest Services, we remain committed to protecting endangered species and supporting communities through conservancy programs. We have the vision for sustainability, which means that the benefits of tourism are shared widely as possible, from our villages and counties to our wildlife parks and coastal resorts. This concept is not abstract. It is visible when a local family-owned guest house in Rusinga Island is fully booked, when local community groups have scheduled hiking tours around the Nzambani Hill in Kitui in eastern Kenya, when a local Uji spot on Kirigiti Road, Kiambu, not far from here, joins the list of must-visit establishments. This is how tourism will build Kenya's economy going forward. This is how tourism will forge a nation. Ladies and gentlemen, I recognize this as a dynamic marketplace of ideas, a platform for business, and a meeting point for cultures. I acknowledge that the success of tourism hinges on partnerships, for which reason the government of Kenya will continue to provide an enabling environment. I call upon all of us to make tourism the bridge between Kenya, Africa, and the world, and the sector that empowers our people. This is the sector that is best suited to tell the world who we are as Kenya, as Africa. On behalf of President William Ruto, I declare the 15th Magical Kenya Travel Expo officially open. Welcome to magical Kenya. Asanteni sana.
Your Excellency, kindly before you leave, we have some gifts. I welcome our able CS to hand over the gift to our chief guest as the PS also prepares to gift our Minister for Tourism from South Sudan. The Chair Tourism kindly prepare also to gift our able CS. Let's be seated, please. We've not finished. Tuketi kidogo kwa heshima. Makofi mazuri kwa zawadi hiyo mzuri. Asante. I'm told it's a gift that will give us the memory of this wonderful day. Our second gift will be from the Chair Tourism Board to our able CS, kindly. Chair to hand over a gift to our CS, kindly. Makofi mazuri kwao. Asante. Our last gift goes to the Minister for Tourism, South Sudan, from our PS. Welcome. Let's give him a round of applause because at least atapeleka kitu ya Kenya kule Sudan, jameni. Asante sana. Lastly, we have a photo session. Joining our chief guest and the other leaders are the PSs. All the PSs around, kindly join them for a photo session. Protocol team, kindly guide the team. Photo session, kindly. Our chief guest, the CS, all the PSs, Chair, KTB, our Minister, the Minister of Tourism from South Sudan, Lord Mayor from Zanzibar to join, and the Chair Africa Tourism Investment Forum. That will be our first photo. Our second photo, ambassadors, any ambassador around, kindly to join. Heads of delegations, wherever you are, be on standby for the last photo. Any ambassador around, kindly karibu for our second photo. Welcome, welcome. Kindly space out so that you can get a good photo for this wonderful 15th session. Heads of delegation, heads of delegations, kindly join. No, don't leave, kindly. Let's all be in that photo, please. Photographers, give us a minute so that they can all join, please. I don't know if you can be seen here. Are you sure you can be seen here? Thank you. That will be our beautiful memory for this session. With your permission, Your Excellency, you will allow all to exit. You remain for the national anthem. Asanteni sana. And I hope wale tulitoka nje tunajua Kiswahili kidogo. Make sure you know one word of Kiswahili, kindly. Studio, I hope we are ready for our national anthem. Shall we all be upstanding, please? Thank you very much, our chief guest, for your time. We can all be seated as we allow the chief guest to leave at his own pleasure, led by our able cabinet secretary. Studio, tupe kibao. I'm told everyone to remain apart from our chief guest and his team, because we have a round table session. So let's all remain seated for the second session, kindly. Studio.